Good evening everyone. Welcome to our Law Excellence's unique initiative Current Affairs for Beginners. Let's start our today's session. First we'll see answer for the question from our yesterday's video. How is the National Green Tribunal different from the Central Pollution Control Board? The National Green Tribunal has been established by an act, whereas the Central Pollution Control Board has been created by executive order of the government. This statement is incorrect because till NGT has been established by an act, it is correct because the National Green Tribunal is a statutory body that is established under the National Green Tribunal Act of 2010, whereas Central Pollution Control Board is also a statutory organization because it was constituted under Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act of 1974. So the statement 1 is incorrect. The next statement is the National Green Tribunal provides environmental justice and helps reduce the burden of litigation in the higher courts, whereas CPCB promotes cleanliness of streams and wells and aims to improve the quality of air in the country. This statement is correct because these are the functions. The function of NGT is to provide speedy and effective justice and to help reduce the burden of litigations in the higher courts, whereas CPCB will promote cleanliness of streams and wells, and it will also provide standards for maintaining the quality of streams and wells and air quality in the country. So as only 2 is correct, the answer here is B, 2 only. Now let's start our today's session, and these are all the topics that we cover in our today's video. The first article is Raisina Dialogue of Foreign Policy Challenges Opportunities. This article comes under GS Paper 2 under the topic of international relations. From the prelims point of view, we are going to see about Raisina Dialogue. Raisina Dialogue is an annual conference that will be held in New Delhi, and it is the India's flagship, that is an important conference of geopolitics and geoeconomics. This conference is being held jointly by the Ministry of External Affairs and the Observer Research Foundation, which is an independent think tank that is based in India. And what is this name, Raisina? Raisina, the name of the conference, it came from Raisina Hill, which is the elevation in New Delhi where the Presidential Palace of India, that is the Rashtrapati Bhavan, is located. The first edition of this conference was held in 2016 in March with the theme of Connecting Asia. And this organization is being organized on similar lines with a dialogue which is known as Shangri-La Dialogue. This will be held in Singapore. On the same lines how this is happening, this Raisina Dialogue is happening in India. So what this Raisina Dialogue does is it will provide a platform for the government to state its position on various questions and issues of international relations. This event will give many experts and other countries a glimpse into the Indian government's near-term priorities in the international relations. And it will also provide a golden chance for the young scholars and researchers to interact with a galaxy of experts regarding international relations. To put it simply, it will provide an opportunity for the world to see India's growing aspirations to play a more proactive role in the international relations. The next article is The Great Game is Not a Zero-Sum Deal. This article comes under ZS Paper 2 under the topic of international relations. From the prelims point of view, now what we are going to see from this article is, we are going to see about Shanghai Cooperation Organization, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor and Quadrilateral Coordination Group. The first one is Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which is the Eurasian Economic, Political and Security Organization that is headquartered in Beijing of China. This organization was founded by 6 states: Russia, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. The main objective of this organization is to promote military cooperation between the members, and it will also work towards intelligence sharing, counter-terrorism operations in Central Asia. This organization is primarily centered on its member nations' Central Asian security related concerns. That means it focuses mainly on the threats from terrorism, separatism, and extremism. Now, it has 8 full members. They are China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, along with India and Pakistan. These both were granted full membership in 2017. And Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran and Mongolia, they enjoy observer status of this Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And the countries like Sri Lanka, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Cambodia and Nepal, they are the dialogue partners of this organization. The next one is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. This is part of China's ambitious One Belt, One Road initiative, which we have already discussed so many times in our video. And this initiative is to link China with Europe. This China-Pakistan Economic Corridor will connect the ancient Chinese trading town known as Kashgar with Pakistan's deep sea Gadar port through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir region. How it is going to connect? Through a network of highways, railways, oil and gas pipelines, fiber optic cables. Through these, it is going to connect a corridor between Chinese ancient city Kashgar with Pakistan's deep sea Gadar port. And this corridor will act as a trade route for Chinese goods and commodities that were meant for Middle East and Africa. And the next one is Quadrilateral Coordination Group, which is a 4-nation group working for reconciliation in Afghanistan. And the 4 states include Afghanistan, China, Pakistan and United States of America. This group aims to initiate the process of reconciliation between civilian government in Afghanistan and Taliban's to preserve Afghanistan's unity, sovereignty and territorial integrity in order to achieve peace and stability in the region of Afghanistan. The next article is Free Indo-Pacific Not Against China. This article comes under GS Paper 2 under the topic of International Relations, and the subtopic is Bilateral, Regional and Global Groupings and Agreements involving India or affecting India's interest. From the prelims point of view, what is important from this article is we should know about what is this Information Fusion Center, Indian Ocean region. Our Indian Navy has recently inaugurated an Information Fusion Center in order to boost our maritime security and information exchange for the Indian Ocean region. Now let us see about this Indian Navy's Information Fusion Center. This center will share information on white shipping or commercial shipping with the countries in the Indian Ocean region in order to improve the maritime security and tackle piracy and terrorism in the Indian Ocean. First, we should know what is meant by this white shipping. White shipping means sharing and exchange of information in advance regarding the identity and movement of non-military vessels, commercial vessels. So it is nothing but the countries whoever enter into this white shipping agreement, they will share and exchange the information about the country's non-military commercial vehicles identity and movement in advance to the other country. And there is also a particular color code for the ships. White is the color code for commercial ships. Grey is the color for military vessels, and illegal ships are coded as black. After the agreement was signed, there will be a mutual data sharing about the white ships, which are commercial ships. The Indian Navy's Information Management and Analysis Center is in Gurgaon. It is the model center for white shipping agreement. India has signed this white shipping agreement with US, which allows both the countries' navies to exchange information about ships in their oceanic territories. What is the necessity of these agreements? We know that the entire world is connected through the stretches of oceans. So it is very important to understand that there can be a threat to the security, because there is every possibility for movement from one location to another, and this can also give information regarding the maritime traffic. Information regarding the identity of vessels is very important to tackle any potential threat from the sea routes. So this will particularly help in the development of proper regional maritime domain awareness, and it will also help in identifying the vessels which are illegal, because it will provide us with the prior information in advance about the destination of the vessel, the route which has been planned for the movement. The next article is RBI makes changes in the gold scheme. This article comes under GS paper 3 under the topic of economy, and the subtopic here is mobilization of resources. From this article, what we are going to see here is we are going to see about a scheme known as gold monetization scheme, which has replaced a scheme known as gold deposit scheme of 1999. Now we'll see what is the context of this news, that means why it is in news. Because RBI has made some changes to this scheme, now we are going to see about this scheme. From the prelims point of view, we should know what are the new changes and what are the existing features of this scheme. This gold monetization scheme was introduced in 2015 by replacing the already existing gold deposit scheme of 1999. So under this scheme, there is an option to the resident Indians who are residing in India. They can deposit their gold in the banks and they can earn interest on it. So here all the resident Indians were eligible to invest in this scheme. This scheme also has a tagline. It is earn while you secure. It is implemented by all the scheduled commercial banks except regional rural banks as per the directives of the Reserve Bank of India. And the deposit limit is, the minimum deposit is 30 grams. And that deposit can be in the form of jewelry, bars, that is biscuits, gold biscuits or gold coins. And this jewelry should be purely of gold. It shouldn't include any stones or other metals. And the minimum deposit here is 30 grams and there is no limit, upper limit for the deposit. And this deposit is of three types. Banks will accept gold deposits under short-term bank deposit, that is, people can deposit their gold only for a short period, that is between 1 to 3 years, and medium term it is 5 to 7 years, and if it is a long-term deposit, that should last for 12 to 15 years. And the question here is, who will fix the interest rate? It is the bank in which we deposit is responsible for fixing the interest rate, and that interest rate will be denominated in gold. The next article is Tokenization may aid safe digital transactions. This article comes under GS paper 3 under the topic of economy, and the subtopic is banking. From this article, what is important here from the prelims point of view is we should know about this tokenization. What is this token mode of payment? In our yesterday's video, we have already seen what is this and what are its advantages. But now For the people who missed it in yesterday's video, I'm going to brief it again now. First, what is meant by this tokenization? It is a process through which sensitive information or data like our account numbers, our CVV, all this will be replaced with a unique set of characters. Those characters are nothing but a unique ID in the form of a token. This token will retain all the essential information without compromising the security of the sensitive information. So let us see how this tokenization will actually work. Our credit cards and debit cards will have names on it, and it will also have 16-digit personal account number, expiry dates that is valid through, and it will also have security codes and our CVV number also. All these or any of these can be tokenized. So when we go to a supermarket, or if we want to pay anything in through a point of sale machine, then we can give our card to the merchant. The merchant swipes that customer's card, then the PAN, that is personal account number, will be automatically replaced with a randomly generated alphanumeric ID, which is nothing but this token. So our original account number will never enter the merchant's payment system. Only this token ID will enter into that merchant's payment system. So the merchant can use this special token ID to keep records of the consumer. And this token ID will get transmitted to the payment processor, which will de-tokenize the ID and authorizes the payment. If we see what are the advantages means, here our data is being secured because this tokenization process is keeping our credit card or debit card data safe from the internal and external threats. And this credit card tokenization will help online businesses to improve their data security. And the last one is comfort. As I said yesterday, multiple tokens will be issued for the same card payment on different platforms. That means if we go to a supermarket and if we use our card, a different token will be issued. And if we want to do transaction in some other place for some other work, then a different token will be issued. So if a website through which we do our online transactions like our mobile phone, or if we do any online banking, if some hacker hack our account, it is difficult for that hacker to reverse engineer the actual card number, because it is not that easy to get the information from this token, because they need even the logic of this tokenization. The next article is India's GDP may grow at 7.3% in the 2018-19, says the World Bank. This article comes under GS paper 3 under the topic of economy. From this article, what is important here is we should know about a report and who released this report. Here there is a mention of Global Economic Prospects report released by World Bank. Please make a note of it. And what are the provisions in this report? In this, India's GDP is expected to grow at 7.3% in the fiscal year of 2018-19 and 7.5% in the following 2 years. And the bank said India will continue to be the fastest growing economy in the world. And it has also compared with the Chinese economy, which is going to go down by 6.5% against India's 7.3%. Just note down all these, and here what is mainly important is this report and who published this report. And the next article is Judicial Evasion and the Status Quo. This article comes under GS paper 2 under the topic of polity. From this article, what is important from the prelims point of view is we should know about this Central Vigilance Commission and Central Bureau of Investigation. We have already done a video regarding these two by comparing both CBI and CVC and how they will be appointed in our video on 12th December of 2018. In the video, this particular topic starts from 3 minutes 37 seconds and it will last till 16 minutes 27 seconds. So please do refer that particular video for the CBI and CVC details. Now let's see our today's prelims questions. The first one is, which among the following publishes this Global Economic Prospects Report? And the next question is, which among the following countries are not the members of Shanghai Cooperation Organization? And these are our today's mains questions, for which you can write answers in our www.civelsprep.com website. This is our Law Excellence website where you can access the notes for this video. Thank you.